May I come in, sir?
Yes, come in.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir.
Please be seated.
Thank you, sir.
Please give a brief introduction about yourself.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Manish Bhardwaj. I am born and brought up in Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. I did my schooling from DAV Public School that is situated in Jamshedpur itself. And then onwards, I started my career in electronics and communication engineering. I did it from Vishwasariya Technological University, and I was campus placed in Bosch company. There I worked for around 2 years, and after that I worked in Indian Railways for around 1.5 years. And currently for the past 3 years I am working as a senior deputy collector in Begusarai district of Bihar, sir.
So you are already working as a deputy collector in the
Yes,
state of
sir.
Bihar. Okay, Manish. Your interview is on 21st
Yes, sir.
April.
Yes, sir.
What is the importance of that day?
Sir, it is celebrated as a National Civil Services Day, sir.
Why it is celebrated as a National Civil Services Day?
Sir, as per the reports that I read, that 21st April was the day on which Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel gave a talk with the people who were in the services in Delhi on that day. He had a talk and conversation with regard to the civil services on that day. That is why it was celebrated as the National Civil Services.
And what was his advice to the civil servants?
Sir, his main advice was that the civil servants are considered as the steel frame of the country, and which is why if they function in a very efficient and in an integrity manner, then the country would progress as a whole, and they are the backbone on which the country progress depends, sir.
So his famous statement was that civil servants should work without fear and favor,
sir,
and without any expectation of reward.
Sir.
Now, in the context of what Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel said, you tell me the role of present-day bureaucracy. Has the present-day bureaucracy stood by the ideals of Sardar Patel?
Sir, present-day bureaucracy has tried to the best extent to stood by the values that were highlighted by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, sir. And in this context, sir, right from the independence, civil servants have contributed largely, as we can see in Green Revolution and 1991 reforms, and the institutionalization of Manrega has led Food Security Act, and recently if we talk about Digital India. So in all these areas, the civil servants have contributed in a very large manner, and there have been some misinstances and some of the lacunas also, like charges of corruption has been also been levied, and some of the issues pertaining to training as well as specialization, that is also one of the issues that we need to look into going further in the future, sir.
Introspect yourself and tell us honestly,
sir,
that civil servants are supposed to be honest and fearless.
Yes, sir.
And prepared to cope with political interference and day-to-day basis and be corruption free. Is it happening in our country?
Sir, it is happening, sir. In many of the areas it is happening, but yes, in some of the areas, sir, there are areas that we can improve upon in a very large manner, sir. In some of the areas still issues like corruption and political interference, that is something that we need to work upon.
You have been working as deputy collector in Bihar.
Sir.
Biharis in general are very talented in every sphere of life.
Sir.
But why still Bihar is not a developed state?
Sir, Bihar is not developed because of the multiple factors which currently are plaguing the state, sir. First is the lack of employment opportunities that are available there, which is why migration happens, and this is primarily due to the infrastructural and the industrial backwardness of the state. This is also linked to the land disputes and the social evils of casteism inequality which is prevalent in the society. So it's a kind of vicious cycle of poverty in one sense, which is why the state is not able to reap its original potential, sir.
So what is do you see any future for Bihar as a civil servant?
Yes, sir. The future can be bright for Bihar, sir, if we work upon some of the areas, especially with regard to the land reforms, as well as issues by which the industry, they want to set up the industry in Bihar. So the issues we need to highlight, like ease of doing business, we can work upon, and the social justice framework which we talk about at the national level also, that can be more aggressively implemented in the state of Bihar. By following these norms on socio-economic basis, sir, we can certainly have a bright future, sir, for Bihar, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Hello Manish, how are you?
Fine, sir.
Manish, I can see that you studied from Karnataka.
Yes, sir.
to do a simple BE.
Yes, sir.
Why you had to travel all the way from Bihar to Karnataka? There was no good engineering college in Bihar?
Sir, engineering college I studied, I was initially did schooling from Jharkhand, sir. There only one engineering college is there which is famous for placement opportunities. So there I was not able to get selected, which is why I moved towards the South India, where I was able to get a college, and that also provided me ample job opportunities and campus.
If you talk
placement
about Bihar
opportunities.
rather than Jharkhand, which is because you have claimed Bihar as your home state, you're currently working in Bihar.
Sir.
Name 4 educational institutions of Bihar
Sir.
where people from other state come to study. Because Biharis go to study in almost all engineering or medical or other colleges in the entire university. But there must be at least few institutions where other peoples come and study.
Sir, one in the engineering sector, there are 2 colleges, sir. National Institute of Technology in Patna, and as
NIT
well as
Patna primarily because the 50% reservation is there for outsiders. I mean, effectively 50%.
Yes,
So that's a forced thing. IITs and NITs are forced thing. What else?
sir, apart from that, in All India Institute of Medical Sciences, sir, that is also located
Right.
in Patna, sir. So, and apart
All
from
3 institutions are new institutions. What happened
yes.
to the old institutions? I mean, it's a place of Nalanda. Why educational institutions in Bihar have seen such a decline?
Sir, there are multiple reasons for this decline, sir. First, in the governance sector of the education institution, their autonomy is not provided to a large extent to the higher education institution. Majority of the things, they are centrally controlled either from the governor's office or from the state education department, which is why one of the areas the autonomy is lacking to decide the syllabus as well as the parameters on which we have to conduct the placement, as well as to highlight the important areas which the Bihar can progress and the newer courses which can be offered. So these autonomy is lacking in many areas, sir. And many of the talented students are in the hope of getting a job opportunities, they are opting for such career options which they have to migrate to the other areas which because of that. So any education institution is famous for its teachers, governance, as well as the students, sir. So in these 3 areas we need to work upon, as I highlighted.
I understand that students are forced to go out, but you are an administrative officer. You are currently working in Bihar civil services.
Yes, sir.
You are senior deputy collector.
Yes, sir.
You are not willing to work in Bihar. You have not chosen for home cater.
Yes, sir.
You are hating your own service like this. Why?
No, sir. I opted for Jharkhand as my first preference, sir, because both my parents, they live there in Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. And I have been born and brought up and lived for around 15 years in Jharkhand. And in any services, sir, if the government wants me to work across India, I am willing to go there. As well as in the state of Bihar also, I can be deputed for a length of period of my services. So there are ample opportunities for serving the state of Bihar.
You are
also,
already deputy collector for quite some time, senior deputy collector. Tell me 3 assignments you are proud of. You worked on 3 assignments and you're proud of your performance there.
Sir, first is the operationalization of the Disaster Emergency Operations Center in Vaishali district. Earlier, when I was posted in Vaishali district, it was defunct in one sense, and after I came, I took up the task to open the Disaster Emergency Center for 24/7. Secondly, sir, with regard to some of the flood affected areas, as I worked as an officer in charge in disaster management.
Okay, anything else apart from disaster?
Sir, apart from disaster, currently in the land revenue administration I am working, sir. In that, many of the appeals recently, land dispute appeal has came to my court, sir. And in that, one poor lady was there and she was being threatened by the strongmen of the villages, sir. And there I used with the help of police force and the circle officer of the concerned block, sir.
In all 3 occasions,
yes,
it appears that you are in your particular personality. Because of that, you were able to do whatever you wanted to do.
Yes, sir.
There were no systemic solution emerging from any of your intervention. You getting me? It is because you are a good person, you actually wanted to help, you were able to individually help, as if you're a Raja and Praja ki aapne seva kar di.
Sir.
No systemic solution came in 3 years, 4 years from you?
Sir, with regard to the systemic solution, the operationalization of the Disaster Emergency Operations Center,
Right.
sir, it could be one of the systemic solution by which the
Fine.
24/7.
Thank you, Manish.
Yes, sir.
Manish, you worked in Bosch.
Yes, sir.
What is the footprint of Bosch in India?
Sir, around in 18 cities the Bosch is currently working, and it has its headquarters in Bangalore, and its central headquarters is in Stuttgart in Germany. And with the help of joint ventures like Myco India, it is working in India in many of the sectors like energy, lifestyle solutions, as well as braking system. And
How long it is in India?
sir, since 1951 it has been in India, sir.
And is there any manufacturing plant in Bihar?
With regard to Bosch, sir,
Hmm.
sir, I'm not able to,
Not aware?
not aware about this, sir.
Okay, there is a plant in Patliputra, Patna.
Sir.
So, what you have learned from that organization, which is having a very strong footprint in India? It is having largest manufacturing base outside Germany in India.
Yes, sir.
So, what kind of learning you have made from there, which can help you improve administration?
Sir, first is the punctuality which is associated with the private job. If I'm working on a project, I have to be there, and in the initial, when we come to the office, we are being briefed what is the agenda for the day. So this is one thing which in the government also, if the concerned section officer or the in charge of a particular department, he briefs his colleagues or his subordinates daily, then communication is something which lacks in government organization. So that is one thing which I learned.
Why communication is lacking in government organization?
Sir, because of the hierarchy which is present in the government organization, as well as only the subordinates, they go to the senior for any problem or during the meeting. A regular interaction apart from the job also, that is also needed, so that a more cohesion at work.
So, as senior deputy collector, have you tried to introduce a new kind of communication mode in your department?
Sir, currently I have not tried, sir.
Why?
Sir, maybe I will get a chance in future, then definitely I will try it.
But you are working already for 4 years.
Yes, sir.
I know that you must be having some junior officers under you.
Yes, sir.
And you have to set the norms, you have to take initiatives.
So one instance where I remember is that earlier, before my joining as a deputy collector land reform, sir, meeting at the subdivisional level, they were not held on a monthly basis. We have to conduct meeting on 15 to preferably 15 days and once in a month. So I tried to institutionalize this and had conducted
in
the
your
meeting
this
regularly,
digitization of the land record, you have
sir.
why so many errors are there in the digitization process?
Sir, because of the lower level revenue karamchari who are there in the land revenue department, because of the lack of training as well as understanding, and for their own greed and corruption also, many of the land records they have been tampered with, sir, which has resulted. Yes, sir.
Deliberately?
Sir, deliberately for corruption, or due to around 20% of the land they are not surveyed in Bihar, and they are called as topo land. So 20% topo land is there. So that is also one of the issues which has been highlighted in survey.
But deliberately the
Yes,
data
sir.
which was available in Khatian and Register
sir.
2
Yes, sir.
have been misspelled on
sir.
digital records.
Yes, sir.
As senior officer, have you taken any disciplinary action against your juniors
Sir,
for making this deliberate error?
Sir, for deliberate error, sir, I have joined around 2 to 3 months, and currently I have not started any departmental proceeding on any karamchari till now. But the Bihar government has recognized this, and a dedicated portal called Parimarjan portal has been started for this. And in that, the entries which have been done wrong by the revenue karamchari, or by mistake or by intentional, at any level it can be corrected, sir. So there is a process for that.
On many occasions, the process of digitization was outsourced to some private agents
Yes,
without monitoring their quality and their skills.
Yes, sir.
Don't you think that this outsourcing itself is a corrupt act?
Sir, outsourcing may be because of the sheer volume of the land records which have to be digitized in a very short span of time, and we have resorted to such kind of outsourcing. But currently the department has recognized this, and a dedicated survey has also begun, and which is likely to be completed by the end of 2024.
You have taken geography as an optional.
Yes, sir.
You understand the geography of Bihar
Yes, sir.
is not very favorable for a variety of reasons.
Yes, sir.
In spite of repeated efforts of the Bihar government, why Bihar has failed to attract not only foreign direct investment but also even domestic investment?
Sir, as it is rightly pointed out, sir, the climate related issues, and especially the flood in North India, around 73% of the area they are submerged for 2 to 3 months. due to floods, and because of such harsh circumstances, no one would be ready to invest if their 2 to 3 months are gone for floods. And there are connectivity in the remote villages to the district headquarters, that is also not so great, sir. And apart from that, the land disputes, as I mentioned, and that is also one of the major causes by which the industry, they are reluctant to invest, because without a fit land, disputes like Singur disputes which had arisen in West Bengal, such kind of instances, they deter the industrial persons to invest in Bihar, sir.
Central government has started a program to promote export at district level, and your district Begusarai has got some impressive data about it.
Sir.
Are you aware of the performance of your district in export performance?
Sir, specifically data, I am not aware about this, but the products, the petroleum products are one of the exporting